Well, it's been a long time.
Love you too.
Long time. Well, it's been a long time now since I've seen you smile, and
I wonder if Gladys smiles when angels bring my name up, or change language and subject change up.
Well, it's been a long time now since I've seen you.
Great morning, everyone. My name is Coach Frank Sagasta, education leader in the great state of Arizona, District 5, coming to you live. I wanted to share today's throughout this whole year, for those that are just tuning in, I wanted to share every single day a book that I had read last year. I want to read just one piece out of every single day. There's 365 days in the year. And if there's anything I've ever taught my children as well as students in the community, and even utilizing podcasts, one of the greatest things that I've ever said is if you were just to transform, if you were just to learn one specific skill, one thing a day, just one thing a day, if you just practice one thing a day, you will at the end of the year have learned 365 new things. Now, again, why is that so intriguing? Why is that so interesting? Is because too often we are so bombarded by the distortion of life that we truly don't tap into our full potential. We don't fully get into the human full potential. And I'm a true believer in human potential. I'm a huge believer in a positive mental attitude. And that's exactly what I like to practice. It's exactly what I like to teach. That's exactly what I like to live by, is having a positive mental attitude, being very optimistic, but also very enthusiastic, and having a genuine and authentic high sight of the future. So I'm going to read something to each and every single one of you. This is called Epictetus. Epictetus once said this. Epictetus once said this: keep this thought at the ready at daybreak. One more time. Keep this thought at the ready at daybreak, and through the day and night. There is only one path to happiness, and that is giving up all outside of your sphere of choice, regarding nothing else as possession, surrendering all else to God and fortune. So, depending on where you're at in life today, depending on where you're watching me from in life today, it could be the East Coast where it's 3 hours ahead. It could be in China. I don't know exactly where you're watching me from. But I do know this, in what Epictetus was saying here. Very simple. As you embark upon this day, there are some things that you will not be able to control. There are some circumstances you cannot control. I just told a group of students this yesterday. There are some things in life in your circle you can't control. However, how you act about it is in your control. What you think about it is in your control. What you say about it is in your control. Now, I know there's a lot of people that are watching, some scoffers, some naysayers. Here's the reality. What Epictetus was saying there, what the great philosopher, what the great teacher and great Stoic was saying there, has a lot to do with what this particular Stoic was saying here. And King Solomon said this. He said in chapter 12, he said this in verse 17: he that speaketh truth showeth forth righteousness, but a false witness deceit. There is that speaketh like the piercing of a sword, but the tongue of the wise is health. The lips of the truth shall be established forever. But a lying tongue is but for a moment. One more time. I'm going to read this just one more time. He that speaketh the truth showeth forth righteousness, but a false witness deceit. there is that speaketh like the piercing of a sword, but the tongue of the wise is health. The lip of truth shall be established forever, but a lying tongue is but for a moment. Now, why would I, again, take my time out of my day and share these wonderful things with you? As this belligerent fool says, fake book alert, fake book alert. Because the parting fool in life are the ones that speak but can't think. One more time. The parting fool in life today is the person who can speak but cannot think. And it's very, very eloquent when you see people on social media platforms such as this, again, platform that can speak but cannot think. They can speak, but they don't show you the formality of thinking. So I'm going to share that with you one more time, because one of my great teachers, Plato, once said, no one is more hated than he who speaks the truth. And if there's anything in life, again, today's society, that a lot of people are so conformed to, is the standard of society. And if I can tell you and share with you and express with you right now, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting new results. That's insanity. Another formality of insanity is being able to touch it. That's, again, another formality of insanity. So, should people eat pineapple pizza, be sent to re-education camps? Re-education camps. So let me go ahead and share. See, Mr. Wisdom. I love the scalpers, man. The scalpers are what people need so much. I like the scalpers when they said, Kobe Bryant is insane. Albert Einstein is insane. Thomas Edison was insane. J.D. Rockefeller was insane. Okay, phenomenal. And this one right here, it says, this sponsored by Nike. This sponsored by Nike. Again, the formality of thinking. Here's a great story, folks, and I gotta get out of here because time is running short for me. Nonetheless, there was a story in 1952 of a great doctor by the name of Albert Schweitzer. Dr. Albert Schweitzer was in London giving a lecture. At the very end of his lecture, a reporter yelled out, Dr. Albert Schweitzer, what's wrong with mankind today? The echo went through the room. Albert Schweitzer, the great Albert Schweitzer, many of you guys don't even know who this guy is, but nonetheless, the great Albert Schweitzer turned around and replied, the problem with man today is they don't think. So again, one more time, what a lot of schools and education in today don't train people how to freaking think. And therefore, that's why we have a lot of spontaneous speakers and a lot of people that are fake leaders that are leading this country down a rabbit hole. So there you go right there. Okay, many blessings. Let me go through this real quick. Let's see. Every insane man that turned out correct. There were thousands that were wrong and dumb. Yeah, let's see. So let me go ahead. Easy thing. Let me go ahead and help you understand this. The grave is filled with a lot of those people. Yep, the cemetery. The grave is filled with those type of people, which is so interesting, right? Yep, okay. Joke. Embarrassing. What's the joke? What's so embarrassing? That you actually took the time to actually make a comment? That's embarrassing. You see, the formality of thinking, the principle, the wonderful experience of thinking and acting and impulsively speaking or impulsively acting are two different things as far as the East is from the West. But this individual, again, made the time. You see, what's so embarrassing is people that make the time to make their small-minded, simple, cognitive, distorted expressions on a social media platform, on somebody, again, instead of just thumbing through and getting their workout on their thumbs, right? It's funny. It's absolutely funny. I love it. All right, let's see. I was going to scroll you until I seen the folded flag. Now I salute you and your family. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Many prayers, my friend. Yep. My sons serve this great nation. We and this family still serve this great nation. As an educational leader in my community and even utilizing platforms such as TikTok and other platforms to share some information is, I gotta say, is one of the greatest benefits. All right, let's see. So thank you so much, Buzz and Spray. Thank you. I do want to take a real quick moment to say thank you so much to the followers, the friends, the family. Definitely thank you so much to the sharers of this particular podcast, this live. I want to say thank you to each and every single one of you. Listen, I'm not here for gifts. I'm not here for anything else but sharing some wisdom, sharing some enlightenment, sharing some motivation, sharing some inspiration, whatever definition you want to deem this particular podcast. Go ahead. It's a free country. It's a free world. You've gained that freedom if you're born and you're listening. Again, the most imperative thing that I would express with each and every single one of you is, at the end of the day, what did you actually learn? That's the most prestigious thing that I could ever ask any of one of my students is, what did you learn today? What is it something? And it's a question I always even ask my daughter today, and I used to ask my sons, and I still ask even students today that I see in the community, what did you learn? That's at the end of the day, what did you actually learn? Do you know how to actually formulate the things that you learned? Okay, let's see. Was every male documented in my family served, or as a sheriff, I'm the first to not. Well, Blitz, let me go ahead and say that you and I share the same common ground. Unfortunately, because of the loss of hearing in my left ear, I was unable to serve. Now, how do I serve my country today? I serve it through being a teacher, of course, first and foremost, being a father. That's the biggest thing. And also being a Rotarian. So I serve my country through volunteerism and civic engagements. Those are some of the things that I do in my country. And anywhere that I could serve, I definitely serve. He purposely failed. Let's see, our ASVAB. So we couldn't be selected. Wow. Yeah, that's interesting, man. Like, it happens, though. It does happen. Well, hey, I got to get out of here. Many blessings to each and every single one of you. Have a great and fabulous day. And as always, make every single day a masterpiece. I will see you guys tomorrow. Is Friday, so I will see you guys tomorrow at 6:45. Be blessed.